I had shared with her some frustration with the fact that it felt like my sugar cravings were a little bit higher, kind of like they were when I first started treatment with her. And she was like, well, we could talk about Ozempic for you. And I kind of like was like, oh, like, wow, that's interesting. I was like, yeah, it's like not something I'm really interested in. And she kind of kept poking and was like, well, do you know if your weight has gone up since the last time I saw you? And I was like, no. I kind of explained to her, like, I feel like I do every time I'm there. Like, no, I don't weigh myself. I had a history of, like, I had an eating disorder for a really long time. Like, if I have gained weight, it's not the end of the world. And I think the thing that felt most unsettling about the entire situation to me was that she kind of like was pushing back and was like, well, your weight is like not being managed right now. And I was like, I understand my weight is not being managed. Like, that's not the main reason that I'm here, what I'm looking for from you. And she kind of kept making comments that it was like my health was being unmanaged by what we were doing without knowing if my weight had changed, without running a new set of labs. And based on how my treatment for my PCOS has looked thus far, there's a lot of different areas we're targeting that are much more concerning to me rather than the number on the scale. Me going on a GLP-1 would have had the potential to completely backslide all of the progress that I've made in my recovery. And that was like her gut reaction based on, without asking further questions, kind of talking about what my goals were, what I was looking for out of my appointment for the day. It automatically was like, your weight's not being managed properly. And I was like, that's not what I'm looking for in my medical care. And it was just like deeply unsettling. And when all three of us had a conversation about it, we all were kind of like, oh my goodness, thank God that I am in a really solid place in my recovery and I am an eating disorder therapist who is very well versed in kind of things like this happening and what to do in the situation that like you get faced with a medical provider saying that to you. But I think so often it can feel really scary to stand up for yourself in medical settings and to kind of challenge what is being recommended to you. And I think if you're struggling or having a hard time in your recovery, something like that being offered to you so simply can feel really enticing. It can kind of be the end of something that you've been working so hard for.